Hello and welcome back to WildStar. My name's Lumin and right now we're going to make my character. My very own character that I'm going to be using in the Let's Play of this game that I'm going to be recording. I don't know how long it's going to be, I don't know how many episodes I will squeeze into it, I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy the game. I just have no idea. So that said, we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, it might go longer. If it doesn't go quite as well, if it's a little bit boring and dull, and if it's not for me, then it might not go quite as long. So there you go. Also, I need to express my dismay once more that we can't make a goat like this as our character. I mean, sure, I could jump into the Dominion here. I could choose the Draken, and I could potentially try and make a goat out of one of these dudes. They wouldn't be too impressed with it, but I could do that. I'm not going to, though. I won't. I could make the bashful space elves. No thanks. So my first idea was to make an Orin, one of these little dudes, and I really mean dude. I don't usually make male characters, but when I saw this face style, I just fell in love. I thought to myself, well, that looks like me. That's the kind of face I would have if I was a character in a game. I would probably not have this hair color or skin color. Let's see. Hairstyle. I don't know. You know? I just don't know. Maybe that? That could work. Hair color, brown. They don't have the dark brown that I'm sporting on my head right now. Eye color, as if that matters. Those ears are pretty good, but look there. Isn't that just a little Lumin with a tail? Yes. The answer to that is yes. But I chose not to go with the Orin. Let me tell you why. I chose not to go with the Orin because they can't be engineers. And I thought that engineers sounded like it could be a lot of fun. Now I also chose the Exiles as my faction because their little description over here just sounds so much better. They're a gutsy group of refugees, rebels, and mercenaries that have come to Nexus to make a new home. Doesn't that sound great? Like a grand adventure? And you got the Dominion, who is a powerful interstellar empire that considers Nexus its rightful legacy and will conquer it at all costs. No! No! That just doesn't sound like Lumin. Now, because I'm not going to be going with these little Orin fellows, I think the only other option is to go human-female. Because I saw so many different looks and styles in the human-female repertoire that I liked, that it just has to happen. It has to. I like the others. I think you can do some pretty fun stuff with these other races. Maybe not them. But human-female is where it's at for me. And I've got a code that I can input over here to get my character to load the visual style that I want. But let's see if I can just recreate it quickly without using that. Then we'll see how close I got. Funny enough, the hairstyle that it's chosen for me here is the one I want. Skin color is going to be this. I struggled a lot with the hairstyle, by the way. Like a lot. The eye color is right as well. Man, this is starting to look like my character. Ha! Ha! Jewelry. Now, because I wanted to go engineer, I thought this was perfect. Although, these keep reminding me of Force's logo. Doesn't that look like the Force Strategy Gaming logo? Anyway, it's fine. You know, I like Force and I like his logo, so whatever. Could have been worse. But I like the little cogwheels a whole lot. Now with the hairstyles, I considered a couple of them, but I just thought that for, I don't know, the style of character that I wanted, this one worked the best. It's sort of a very fresh look. It's kind of funky. I mean, this girl right here, she looks ready for a grand adventure. And she looks in good spirits too. She really does. Well, that's actually pretty much it. Wait, I changed a few things with the face as well, but I should probably not fiddle with them. What I'll do is I'll just input the code. Okay, I'll input the code, and hopefully it's going to spit the character back out. Let's see if it changes. There we go. Is it better? Is it perhaps worse? I don't know. Not entirely sure. But it's the one I'm going with. Oh. I'm either not going for a warrior. So, the classes, as I understand them, the warrior is... straight up combat. I guess we could read this here. It's an unstoppable juggernaut destroying his enemies with a combination of brute force and deadly weaponry. They solve problems the old-fashioned way, cutting down enemies with their swords and ripsaw shields, or blasting them to pieces with a trusty arm cannon. Sounds fun, of course, but I don't know. I've never really been a fan of warriors. I like the icon here. Esper. Ooh, look how it changes. Oh, fancy. Espers are masters of illusion, attacking their enemies with powerful psychic weapons and projecting inspiring visions to heal their friend and allies. Their friend? That's kind of limiting, isn't it? Really? Just to one? Huh. Okay. Combat with an Esper is a deadly phantasmal dance that torments enemies with their darkest fears before pushing them over the edge of madness. So they're kind of like Mesmers from Guild Wars 2. Medic was one that I was seriously considering. Medics thrive when submersed in battle, healing those that fight with them and crushing those that stand before them. That sounds amazing, that description. A Stalker is a rogue. Using advanced stealth technology to deal multiple blows to his enemies, the Stalker also uses a mix of technological abilities to tactically control the battlefield, leaving a pile of corpses in his wake. That's kind of cool. Huh. So, the Stalker is like a crowd controller and hardcore DPSer or something. Then the Spellslinger is a steely-eyed gun for hire using deadly precision and acrobatic agility to put his enemies in the ground. That sounds like a lot of fun too. You know, like a whole lot of fun. The lethal combination of hair-trigger pistols and powerful magic, the Spellslinger is a dangerous foe, blasting enemies with a deadly barrage of bullets or casting runic sigils that sow destruction and death. But, the final class, the final one, is the Engineer. It utilizes a technological mastery to craft the right tool for any situation, most notably ones where heavy firepower is necessary. So, they just look interesting to me because they seem to be kind of tanky, while at the same time they seem to also have access to a bunch of summons, so sort of like pets. Then they also have this really big armor that you can just throw onto yourself every, I don't know, couple of seconds. It's got a cooldown or something on the skill, and it makes you some sort of super mech for a short period of time. That sounded like fun to me, like a whole lot of fun. So I want to go Engineer. That's what I want to look like. I'm going to be going with the Exiles. And that's that. Now, we're moving on to the final choice that I have to make. Ooh, actually, it's not the final choice. The final choice is the name, which is, I don't know, always an issue. Lumin is going to be taken. I can see it already. Now, what the path does is, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know much about WildStar, but you get special missions for the path that you've chosen throughout the game world. It basically changes the way you experience the game. You know, you still do the same quests as everyone else, but you'll have a bunch of other stuff thrown at you, extra quests, extra missions, extra things to do that will be suited to the path that you've chosen. So the Soldier, that's once again pretty self-explanatory. It tackles combat, heavy missions, gaining access to special weaponry and objectives as he fights across Nexus. She fights across Nexus. Often battling waves of enemies, soldiers will use every tool at their disposal to hack and slash their way to victory. Settler. The Settler's mission is to tame the wilds of planet Nexus. collecting resources to construct beneficial improvements for the community at large. Bravely facing the dangers of an alien planet for the greater good, settlers are sure to earn adoration of their companions. Isn't there supposed to be a "the" in there? They gotta recheck all this text here before they launch the game as they adventure across Nexus. Now, I did consider settler, but I chose not to go with settler. Scientist. The scientist has come to Nexus to study its exotic flora, dangerous fauna, and ancient technology. Utilizing a powerful, upgradable scan bot to scan creatures and uncover lore, the scientist is living proof that knowledge is power. But the coolest path by far is obviously the explorer. I mean, you all knew that. I knew that. It's a fact. The wild frontiers are the perfect place for an explorer. Often traveling to the most dangerous places on Nexus, explorers claim territory for their faction by finding hidden paths, exploring secret caves, and climbing the tallest mountains. By going on grand adventures. That's the life for me. That right there. Now let's just hope the game can be as fun as it sounds here in the menu, here in the UI, here while creating my character. Now we're going to see if Lumin is taken. If it's not, yay, us. You've got to be kidding! It's not taken? Oh my goodness? Or is it just taking a while to tell me that it is taken? It's not taken. So that is sadly going to be it for this video. You can check back here soon for some gameplay of WildStar. Let's hope it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. Give this video a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. Most importantly though, happy creating our character. And happy starting up WildStar. Happy that.